What is up, YouTube? I'm getting ready to go do some digging. I'm not really looking forward to it, but it has to be done. There's no point in leaving it half finished. So, here we go. Oh my gosh. You guys, I know you can hear my cat. He's running around the house like a freaking crazy person. I know you can hear him in all my videos too. He's super, super loud. But he's old, but he has so much energy, it's just crazy. So, yeah, when you hear that, it sounds like a small child screaming in the background. That's just my cat. He has the world's loudest, most obnoxious meow, and he runs around throwing things. He picks things up in his mouth and he throws them across the room, and he runs, and I have hardwood floors, so it's pretty loud. But yeah, that's what he's doing. Trust me, there's like nothing crazy going on here. It's just my cat. It's just me and my cat. He's freaking louder than I am. Anyway, so I haven't really been able to concentrate much. I haven't really been able to focus on any video games. Like, I play a little bit of Tomb Raider, but I just don't feel very good. I just have lots of anxiety, and I'm prone to anxiety anyway, so I know that I'm trying to keep it under control because it's kind of how I am. But it hasn't been easy. I haven't really been able to eat anything for 2 days, and I'm just really stressed out. So I thought maybe just making a video would get my mind off of things, kind of just do some digging here and not really have to be too focused on anything. I was trying to play Tomb Raider and I just really couldn't. It was just a little too intense, I guess. I couldn't really focus on it. I really do want to platinum that game, but I don't think that's going to be happening for a little while, so I'm just going to play a little bit of this game and just talk, chill out. Not much is really going on. I kind of wanted to talk about reviews. I'm specifically reviewing this game because I've heard some YouTubers who say that they are going to review it, but it's been like 5 months now and there hasn't been a review. And I think everybody is pretty afraid, honestly, and like nobody wants to even touch this game with a 10-foot pole. And I think we all know why. So I guess this will be like kind of like a pre-review discussion then, so I can kind of, because I have a feeling, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to be the first one to kind of jump in. I have a feeling it's going to piss a lot of people off. Actually, I'm pretty sure it will. Because there's going to be, with this game, there's going to be people who are going to be angry that the score, they're going to think its score is too low. And there's going to be people who are pissed off because they think that the score should be higher. And I just want to reiterate that reviews are somebody's opinion. Okay, but they're not like opinions that people just pull out of their ass. I mean, they could be, sure. But most of them are like at least somewhat informed opinions. You know, I'm not just going out and grabbing some freaking cowboy off the street and saying, hey, here's a video game. What do you think of it? Like, most people who are doing reviews have at least been playing video games for a long time, so they kind of know what they're talking about. But it's still just somebody's opinion. One of the things that kind of irritates me that I see happening a lot is just because you really, really, really like a game doesn't mean it's a good game. Like, I don't know why people get that confused. Like the Star Trek game that I reviewed recently, I freaking love that game. I really like that game. But it's just not really that good of a game. And I know that pisses a lot of people off, but that's just the way it is. And you have to kind of think of the majority, too. Like, the majority of people are gonna think it's not a great game because it's not. Oh my gosh. I have to... My cat, you guys, I know you can hear him. It sounds like he's knocking things over, but he's just running through the house like a maniac. If you hear me scream, it's probably because he ran across my face. He's a really big cat. Well, let's see, last time I had him weighed, I think he was 18 pounds, so... Yeah, he has deadly claws, too. But anyway, all that crazy noise, it's the PlayStation, or it's him. I'm using a very crappy microphone, and it's actually just a gaming headset, and it's literally $30 at Walmart, so that's why. I do plan on upgrading it. Probably not next month though, because it's Christmas and I want to get Hunter something nice. So maybe January. I'm thinking January I'm gonna get one. I'll probably get like I don't have a lot of money to spend on something like that, but I'm thinking maybe like an $80 one. I don't know if I mean if I could actually get one that is nice for $80, then I will. But if I can't get one that's not nice for like under 500, then I'm not going to. Anyway, what was I talking about? I kind of went off on a rant there. Game reviews, right. So games, just because you love them doesn't mean they're good. I think gameplay is obviously has to be a factor. It's kind of, gosh, I lose my perspective when I'm down in the canyon like this. I don't know which. Okay, I do need to keep digging this way. I need to bust out the pickaxe because I hit some rock over here. But yeah, so I am going to review this game, so I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a background on video games, and that way you guys, like the video games that I've played. So you can take everything I say when I review this game with a grain of salt. I've been playing video games ever since I can remember. I started playing video games on TurboGrafx 16. I played Keith Courage is the one that I can really remember. Had that system for a pretty long time, and then I never had a Nintendo system. I went straight from TurboGrafx 16 to PlayStation 1, and from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. Actually, I should throw Vita in there too. I went from PS3 to Vita, and then from Vita to PS4, because I don't have my Vita anymore. That's actually one of my biggest regrets was I traded it. I got a really good deal. I had like a coupon from GameStop where if you traded your PlayStation Vita towards a PS4, you could get $200 towards it, and that was just like too good of a deal to pass up since that's like what I paid for the Vita a year before. So it was basically like I just rented a Vita for a year. But anyway, I had already had a PlayStation 4 on layaway at GameStop, and I'd already put $200 down on it, so when that coupon came up, it was like, oh crap, I could take my Vita in and I could have my PlayStation tonight. So that's what I did. I guess I could have waited. Like, I definitely want a Vita. I'm not sure that I would go back and change, like, the trade, because I could get a Vita now for probably like $100 off Craigslist. So I think it was still a good trade, but I definitely miss my Vita. But so what I'm trying to say is I never had a Nintendo system. I never had an Xbox system. It's not because I like specifically have any or a Sega system. I don't have anything against them. There's just no point in having like why would I have an Xbox One when I have a PS4? Now, granted there are exclusives, and I am more into third-person action-adventure games than I am into first-person shooters, so it was kind of just a natural transition to have a PS4 rather than an Xbox One. And since I'd already been in the PlayStation ecosystem, and I'm a trophy hunter, and I obviously wanted to keep all of my trophies from PS3, I went to PS4. So okay, so for as far as these types of games go, though, I don't play on PC, so I obviously don't play voxelized games. I actually really didn't even play Minecraft. I really actually don't like Minecraft at all. It's just a little bit too boring for me. So this is really the only voxelized game that I've played for any like extended period of time. I have put a lot of hours into Minecraft because I've played it with Hunter, but I would not say that I enjoyed any of those hours. This is a game where like even when he's not here, I'm playing it, so I actually am enjoying this game. I actually like this game a lot. But that being said, I'm not an expert on these types of games, so when I review this game, it's gonna basically be I have to compare it to all the games that I've actually played. Like, I just have to. I can't compare it to... I mean, the only game I can actually compare it to in its own category is Minecraft. So there's going to be a lot of people that are probably going to be thinking that, you know, oh, well, you didn't take into account that it's this type of game, and these type of games are a certain way. But the reality is, like, if you put a game on console, um, console players are obviously gonna judge it compared to all of the other games on console, right? Like, there's not gonna be like a special exception. Um, One of the things I said about the Star Trek game when I reviewed it was that it didn't feel like you could even put it in the same category, though, like with the games that are coming out. Like, how could I review Star Trek Online, a game that came out 6 years ago on PC and is free to play on PlayStation 4? Like, how can I, like, fairly review that game in because it in the same category as like games that are coming out around the same time? It was like Battlefield 1 was coming out, Titanfall 2, let's see, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Dragon Quest Builders, like all this shit that's just coming out that is new and better because it's, hold on, I think I just heard a zombie. I don't see anything. But yeah, so I kind of gave Star Trek a break a little bit because I felt like it needed to be put kind of in a category of its own. And I decided that it needed to be put kind of in the PS2 classics category. So I still didn't give it as high of a score as like I felt like the gameplay, like how much fun I had with it. But I also think I was pretty generous on the score that I gave it. Just considering how it plays versus all the other games that come out now. So that's kind of how this game's gonna be. I do think this game is a better game than Star Trek. I would say I enjoy Star Trek maybe a little better, but this game's probably better. But yeah, so that's just like a little bit of how I feel about it. I still let me just say this, like, I agree with the score that this game got when it first came out. Like, I don't know how anybody could justify giving it a higher score than that because this game was broken when it came out. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be fixed, it's going to be fixed, it's going to be fixed. It's like, well, if you go and buy a car that doesn't have wheels, and they're just like, oh, don't worry, it's going to be fixed, it's going to be fixed, you know, here, it's not even the full price. Like, that shit just doesn't fly. Like, we kind of want stuff to be finished. You know what I mean? Like, I sell artwork at, like, summer festivals and stuff, and I don't just, like, paint half a mountain and be like, oh, don't worry, I'll come back in a year, you know, and I'll finish painting it for you. Like, that shit just doesn't fly. So I think it's a bad business practice, honestly. But I didn't review the game when it first came out. I thought, well, I mean, I'll give it some time. We kind of live in a different day and age with video games now, especially with like the patches and stuff. Used to be, it came out on a disc and that was it. Like, you got what you got. Now things could at least be improved. Generally speaking, the games should work when they first come out, and if they don't, then that's just unacceptable. Like, freaking Fallout 4, that game was pretty bad. Skyrim, that was fucking terrible. Like, I just don't get. It's like the Telltale games too. Like they're. Oh look, there's the hole right there. I'll jump over that. They're choose your own adventure games that they have. I don't know like what the fuck their engine is, but they need to fix it. Like, it's just awful. I can't believe people keep buying their games, but anyway, so I guess you can get away with some of that shit. But yeah, it needs to be fixed. It's kind of becoming saturated. It reminds me a lot of the mobile market, and I don't think in the long run that's going to be helpful to anybody. But I'm going to review this game maybe tomorrow. And yeah, let's see how much hate I can get for it. I don't think that it'll be too bad, but like, if you don't like it, then there's a reason they have a thumbs down button. You can just go ahead and use that. yeah, it should be interesting. So keep an eye out for that. Now I'm gonna take a break here and keep digging on the canyon, and I'll come back at you guys when I have a little bit more done. Alright, welcome back, guys. I've been digging for about 4 hours, and I'm definitely going to be calling it a day here. Let me show you what I got done. Doesn't seem like much, but this project is just extremely time consuming. In fact, if I'd have known how time consuming it was going to be, I might not have done it. But my ultimate goal here is to get the base so that it's completely impenetrable, basically, so I can actually focus. What I'm going to do, what my plan to do is build, I want to build a space shuttle, probably right around here somewhere, because, you know, this planet here that we're on is pretty messed up. I think it's pretty much done for, so we really need to get off this planet. I think we're going to head for Mars, and before I can safely build a space shuttle without the zombies destroying it, I gotta make sure that there's pretty much no way that they're going to get to it. So that was my main thought behind this. I mean, I just really don't see, like, once this finishes how they're like ever going to be a problem. But also, this is taking forever, so I might never even get around to building the space shuttle, but we shall see. So okay, so I took this all was part of the hill, all this right here. So I took all of this out, I flattened it, I leveled it with the base. I stopped. You can see where I stopped. I'm going to take that rock out. You can see I stopped right here, and then I decided to start digging down. So I got, as you can see, I got all the way down to the canyon base level. And then let me see if I can get a better view from over here. And then I got almost all the way down right there. I still have that chunk to take out. But let's see what it looks like from down below. I'm just going to jump down. I don't really even care. So here you go. Here you can see how much I've taken out. And that's going to do it for me. I don't know what I'm going to go do now. I think I'm just going to go watch some TV. But anyway, guys, that's it. And I will see you the next time I do an episode.